Hello, fellow gamers. I'm GloryHoundd, and this is
DrGloryHogg. I'm real mad. She got away with it.
What do you mean? This is my treasure trove of picks in here. Look, you can see them. They're kind of poking out there. There's my picks. I have them all in there.
That is shady. That was a way of getting out of having to order them. I'll tell you how I ordered mine, but that was a real shady way of getting out of it.
So
I'm a little exasperated with you right now.
Here's the thing. I was looking at them all, and I was like, oh, how do I go ahead and like put these all in a row? And I was not happy with how I was going. So
I had to do it, and it was horrible. So cool.
This is why we don't. This is why we don't do top 10 lists.
No. So in reality, we don't typically do top 10 lists because we don't typically review. We do like should you plays. We try to show off a game and let everybody else make a decision. Or when we do our crowdfunding shows, we're just like kind of batting around like our opinions on the different games and back and forth.
Telling all of you, this top 10 list thing was like a complete mess because Doctor and I went back and forth. I don't know, for like 3 days. 3 days on how we were going to do the list because how do you do a Kickstarter list? Do you do it by Kickstarters that delivered this year, which is the right way to do it, or do you do it by Kickstarters that you've played this year, or do you do it by all Kickstarters in all Kickstarterness for this year and the last year that now delivered? Like,
so let me break it down. I told her we were uniquely able to play some Kickstarter prototypes that were live games, right? So I said I didn't want to exclude those. So I wanted it to be any Kickstarter that was either delivered this year or that we played like live.
So those are the rules, everyone, okay?
But to be fair, like 70% of my list was things that were delivered.
See, and Petter did it by Kickstarter that I backed this year. So apparently we need
a million different ways.
Different Kickstarter top 10 lists for next year,
You want to really get into it? If you look at like BGG, it'll say like a game like came out in 2019 because like they Kickstarted 2019, but nobody had it then. So So listen, this is games
My top 10 imaginary Kickstarters.
Yes.
That's what we should have called this stream.
It is
the
our
all-inclusive one,
top 10. They're all Kickstarters, so that's... You know, they're all Kickstarters only. We're not talking about any retail games. They're all Kickstarters.
And they are all things that we have played this year.
So we put our money where our mouth is.
Whether you have them or not, they're all things we've played this year.
Don't make it like that. We're putting our money where our mouth is. If you, you can see us playing these games. So, like, they're all games I can, because I'm not going to cast aspersions on anybody else, but, like, some people pick stuff and the way they pick things are very, like, they might do it by, like, oh, I heard this game was good. Or no, I've got video of me playing all of these games.
Overall, it was a good idea because if you're curious about games that you want to order for next year or that are in waiting for and you're excited about or something like that.
Delivered.
Yeah, then you're going to be able to hit those up immediately or go on their website and pre-order them or,
I agree. This is a great idea.
Disagree with us, so.
I expect some disagreement. I want to know if anybody can guess what the tops are. I mean, with her, she just kind of snaked her way out of that one. And she's like, oh, I don't know. It's a mix-up.
Hello to our chat today, too. Looks like we have Petter in chat. Thomas, we have Battle Cry in chat. We saw Eric in chat. Kevin. Like, there's so many people in chat. Hello to all of you. Matt. It's so nice seeing all of you here with us today.
Everybody, even the lurkers.
Of course. If you have any comments on what we're picking for our Kickstarters, we want to know. And we want to know what your Kickstarters are at the end of this, your top 10 list for the year.
Put them in the comments so that I can argue with you in the comments.
Absolutely, okay?
And tell you that you're wrong. So here's the thing. I feel like a lot of times I love watching these types of lists, but I don't like doing them because when it comes down to the pressure of like having to rank them, it gets pretty tough. So I will explain how I ranked these. Of course, they're all games that I love. But the way I ranked them, I went straight off my gut feeling. I was just like, where does this one go? Where does this one go? And I went quickly. I did it. My ranking was in like I don't know, less than 10 minutes. Once I picked out the ones I liked, I ranked them right away.
So it took you 10 minutes to make this list?
No, once I picked them.
Once you picked them, then it took you 10 minutes to order them.
Right,
because you're like, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
Because I went 100% off a gut. And one of the major things is how much like replayability it has. Not like in how much replayability does it have, like 50 hours of chapter work. I'm talking about like how often do I see myself playing this game in the future? Does that make sense? Because we got a lot of games in. So I'm thinking of like games that like, if it's higher up on the list, I feel like I'm going to play this one a lot. I'm going to get a lot of like really good times out of it.
I picked games I would give a Jeff's kiss to. Mwah!
And
That's all I did.
You put them in a treasure chest
and then I put them in a treasure chest. I mixed them up for all your pulling pleasure here.
Hey, if we have a game that's wrong, feel free to just be like, wrong, and tell us why. Yeah. I'm curious.
Who's keeping the wrong scores to see who is the least wrong with their lists? I agree.
Here's the other thing that these lists do that's super distracting. They always have like their little notepad, and they're reading off their little notepad. So, yeah, we went high class.
All right. Let's hear your first pick.
I put mine in this book. This conveniently sized book that will not distract from the show.
Very convenient sized book. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Let me hear. Okay.
My number 10, Valor and Villainy, which we just played. That's your number 10? That's my number 10.
That's your number 10?
My number 10.
That's sad.
Valor and Villainy. It's not...
I liked Valor and Villainy more than that.
That's fine. You should have ordered them.
More than a 10.
You should have ordered them then. Here's the deal.
Valor and Villainy is more than 10.
It's a very tiny book. It's a very tiny book. I'm just very small. Or wait, am I small?
Wrong.
Is the book small? Here's the deal. So Valor and Villainy, I think, is a lot of fun. You're running around. It's a 1 versus mini game. You get to play as heroes fighting against the evil wizard. One of the reasons why it's ranked where it is, though, is we also just got it. We've only just played it. So I feel like I just barely scratched the surface of it.
Okay.
But I did really enjoy the game, and I think it does deserve a spot. It does a lot of things that I want to see in a game, and it does, with the 1 versus mini and the heroes and kind of the silly campiness of it, it does what I want it to do, and it's going to keep a spot on our shelf.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. No fancy splash screens. I'm out. Oh.
Here's the deal. We're doing it live, baby, and we're actually talking to you. So it's not like one of those live shows where
you sit there
there's 500 people in the comments being like, and they're just going like, oh, our number 4 is, and no, we're talking to you.
Okay, so hello, Games of Fire, and yeah, we needed number 10.
No, why?
I only do that when Greg is here.
Greg do that, and it drives me crazy.
He does it perfectly right after me, so.
The Dice Tower does what the Dice Tower does. I'm not trying to be the Dice Tower. Calm yourself.
I need a number. This is why I didn't number.
Number 10.
This is why I didn't order mine up. Okay.
See what hers is, and
Let's reach into my treasure trove of games.
Since you cheated out, can you say if it's top 5 or not?
I have no idea. We'll see.
No, when you read it, tell us if it's in the top 5 or not.
Okay. Oh gosh, I got 2 of them. Okay.
Gosh. Valor and Villainy. My number 10.
I gotta put this one back. Hold on. I gotta save that one for later.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Number 10.
GloryHoundd's number 10.
Roman Roll by PSC Games.
I would have guessed.
So good. So good.
I would have guessed that was your number 1. That was what my guess was going to be. Was it your number 1 game? Because you're like, well, it was between that and Valor and Villainy. Because
it's my number 1 roll-in ride of the year for sure.
Because you like get all excited. You like brought that into you've had that in our car, and you've been taking it to places trying to get people to play it and stuff. And I just.
My number 10 that I backed this year was Night Cage.
No,
the Nick Night Cage.
Yes.
Oh, the Nick Night Cage. Oh, God.
Yeah, no putback. That's what I'm saying. No putbacks. So she says Roman Roll from PSC Games. Mine is by Skybound Games. I like that you wrote down the game companies on that. Let's see if I know all the game companies off the top of my head.
Roman Roll is my favorite roll-and-write of this year that came out because it took a lot of really interesting ideas with creating these little polyomino sort of shapes on this board, but also having that roll-and-write feature in there where that's how you're gathering your resources. I thought it was incredibly engaging and very, very unique for a roll-and-write. It wasn't just your standard roll and then fill in numbers, and I like that so much more than like your regular roll and like a Gauntcha and Clever or something like that, Like those are fun and like addictive, but like this roll and write feels like a game.
I don't think I could do a top 10 roll and writes of all time. I don't know if I could fill that out. I think my list is like 4. Naramada might be really good, but we have not played it.
That's true. Hello, Prince Gastomie.
So there's a very, what do you want to say? There is a game that a lot of people are talking about right now that's definitely not going to be on our list because we haven't played it.
Okay, so sorry, just showing up. Is this top Kickstarter campaigns that ran campaigns that delivered? So, go ahead and explain it. We did this whole explanation in the beginning because it's ridiculous. It's hard to tell.
So it's top 10 games, top 10 Kickstarter games that were delivered this year and or prototypes that we played this year.
So just top 10 Kickstarters that we were involved with this year that we played. You can probably see us play all of these on our channel.
You better be able to.
Yeah. I think so.
We played Roman Roll, right?
You probably see us play all of these on our channel. or at least we've talked about them all on our channel before. Yeah, we played Roman Roll plenty of times. We played Roman Roll on the channel.
Right. I forgot that we did, but now I remember now. Hey, what's up, Kabuki? All right, you ready for my number 9?
Okay. Number 9. Number 9.
My tiny book here.
Number 9.
My number 9 is The Night Cage by Smirk and Dagger.
So good.
The Night Cage, a cooperative tile laying game where you are crawling around on your hands and knees in the dark, trying to escape altogether without your light burning out. That was a thematic experience that I just haven't had all year.
Why are your number 9 and number 10 like the better games? Did you do the list wrong?
No.
You didn't flip the list the wrong way?
I want you to try to guess what my number 1 is. I don't think you can do it. You tried earlier and you were wrong.
I'm not going to guess.
Yeah, because you're wrong. You don't know what it is.
You know what? I don't need to guess, okay?
So yes, Night Cage. So that was one that we played the tabletop simulator of. We backed it. It was a great experience. It's definitely like one of those games that's going to stay on my shelf. I'm going to get it out.
Hello, Makush.
With the right people all the time.
Yeah, the Night Cage.
Very thematic.
It was hugely thematic, and it was one of those things like you look at it and you're like, oh, this game is going to be cute, and you play it and you're like, oh my god, this game has so many levels, and
it is so creepy.
Exciting to play. So exciting to play. Makush says, I think my number 1 will be ISS Vanguard. We encourage everybody to put your top 10 list in the comments once this is over. So after this is done, in the comments so we can chat with you on exactly what your top 10 were.
She has secretly an order, but she doesn't want to say what it is. Mm-hmm.
I don't have a secret order. I just have a box. And then if I pull one out and I don't think it's ready to come out just yet, then I'm like, that one still needs to bake longer. Oh my God.
She does
it just wants to be it wants to be in my hands so bad. I don't know if I should say that one yet.
I sweated for the 10 minutes where I ordered mine.
Okay,
all
let's
10
do
are
this
great
one.
games though, by the way. Yeah, Night Cage was amazing. I really enjoyed it.
Chronicles of Crime, 1400 by Lucky Duck Games.
Oh, that's a good one.
So good. The Lucky Duck Games, like, I love the fact that they are going back through time with all of their games. And we got all of them delivered, and I really wanted to play 2400, but
it's not out yet.
It's not out
That's
yet.
2021.
I have all the cards. Is it 2021? I don't know.
Yeah, it's next year.
Next year? I want to play them. I want to play them so bad. But that box set that they did with all 3, oh my gosh. And I love all the new stuff that they introduced to them and everything. Like, they are doing such a great job with the Chronicles of Crime series. Like, so much hotness.
You know, it's funny because I don't consider, in my mind, that didn't even come up because I was thinking that it's not even, because I always think of, like, we've had that game for a while now, but there was a new expansion.
It did come out. Yeah, and it did come out, yeah.
That's fair. And so, they're standalone enough. That makes sense.
Petter says my number 9 is The Reckoner's Steel Slayer.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, that's a good
ready?
one. All right, number 8.
Chronicles of Crime is great, by the way.
I need to play my copy. Yes, you do, Battle Cry.
Windward by Eldorado Games.
I completely forgot about that one. How did I forget that one? Oh my gosh, I made mistakes.
That is the only time I have played a game.
I made mistakes.
That it's kind of like the art and stuff is kind of like very subdued, but you're playing a game and you're chasing around, being chased by red cresters, and you're trying to catch these like, it's not scary. Yeah. Trying to catch these sky whales and then not have like the white whale coming after you. I don't know. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. And then trying to maneuver your ship so that the wind would actually push you where you wanted to go, and so still getting out of there.
Can I take one of these out?
Come after
Can I take one of these out and put in one of those?
Windward by
Windward. So stinging good. I can't believe I forgot that one. So Games of Fire says, I still want to pick up Chronicles of Crime. You will not be disappointed. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Gaseous Whales.
Chronicles of Crime is really good. Which we do technically have a Chronicles of Crime that we posted, but it was with your mom, and it was a while back.
Yeah, so what was it? I used to try to get Chronicles of Crime, on for Mother's Day, because my mom really likes playing it, and it's nice to be able to solve a mystery with everybody, but I don't want to spoil them.
We got rid of your mom. She's gone now.
Oh, no, she's
Kicked
not.
her out.
No, she's not.
She came in the studio, and I just threw her out like a cat. Just.
We have not been able to do the same sort of stuff, so. What number are we on? Hold on. How many are we got?
I've done
okay,
3.
Hold on. I got 2. Okay,
yep.
so I need my number 8.
She's looking. Ooh.
I'm looking. And
Windward was really good, though. And I'm excited there's an expansion for it. So technically, not only did we get it this year and play it, we also backed the expansion this year. So it double qualifies. It's a double qualifier.
Here we go. Number 8. Lawyer Up by Rock Manor Games.
That's a good one. I will say, that was on my list But then like I had to make some hard choices. My list was like...
It came off the list. It's so good.
It is really good.
Petter says GloryHounds isn't ordered.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, per se. It is ordered, in a way. She just didn't want to get to the nitty-gritty of it. Here's the deal with Lawyer Up. Lawyer Up was Rock Manor Games. Yeah. I've never thought that playing like a courtroom drama would be fun, and it was a lot of fun.
It's like...
and I'm a very heavy Mara Thrasher. It's got to have like a really good theme, and I enjoyed it a lot.
It has like that push and pull in it, where like you're sitting across the table from the other person, and like you're trying to get that pull of like where everybody gets on your side and starts taking it, and then all of a sudden it just gets slid away underneath you, and you're like, you have that feeling of that courtroom drama, and that's what I super love about that game.
It was very intense.
Very, very intense to play. I don't think I've played a card game like that for that long, because I think it went like an hour and a half or something like that. It was like an hour to an hour and a half of just back and forth in a 2-player game with cards, and I haven't had that experience before, but the time went by so fast. And
although we played all these 2-player, I think I ranked multiplayer games a little bit higher than like just 2-player games.
Okay.
Yeah, I did, definitely. Project Finesse that looks very interesting. I'll be excited with that game.
Oh, Project Finesse. Yes, I'm excited about that one.
So this
like
is...
my fortune cookie list, exactly.
I told you that there was a couple games on here that we played that aren't actually out yet. Here's my second one. I have 3 total.
Okay.
Here's my second one. This is one of the ones I wanted to have on here. Uprising. Curse of the Last Emperor.
Oh, I forgot about that one too.
A 4X.
Oh, why am I such a
game.
Bad top 10 lister?
I have a lot of co-op games on my list, actually, which I didn't even realize.
Oh, no late pledges for that one. Oh, that's terrible. Hopefully they'll have some after. Sorry, go ahead, Doctor.
So Uprising, right.
Yes.
I had to put it so, like, it was not super high on my list, only because we only got to play it a little bit before we had to move it along.
Yeah.
That was a really good game, though, and I'm super excited to get that Kickstarter in. I mean, playing a co-op 4X game where you've got not only me and you, where we're working together, but we can't actually, like, help each other. Yeah. And then you've got 2 factions that can also fight each other, and we're also trying to beat those factions to win. I never thought that it's, like, kind of like a Euro track game like that, like, would work that way. Like, a 4X game would work that way, but it really worked. It's super unique. We don't have anything else on the shelf like it. It definitely earns a spot at number 7.
And for it being such a big game, they did such a great job of having like your list of just how you go down through stuff. So it made it incredibly easy to pick up that 4X game.
Yes.
Put it on the table and then be like, oh yeah, I remember how to play. Here's the steps right here.
I feel like we got that one in, and we turned it around pretty quickly when we played it. And it also... It was a prototype, but I enjoyed it enough that I was like, I've got to play it again. We backed it. I can't wait to play it more.
So good. I'm really tempted to late back Uprising. There's not another game that we have in our collection that has multiple factions that will fight each other as well as fight you in this cooperative style game. It was very cool.
You're playing your own game, but you do still have to like make sure you beat those factions or you lose.
Hello, Hexy Beast. How are you doing? No late pledges for...
I'm going to tell you honestly, the ones that are on my list, it's all about the experience. There's something about that game that made me really want to play it more. So it's not like a refined list of like, this one has a unique genre that I've really never seen before. These are all games that I had a great experience with and I can't wait to play again.
Also, my list is not invalidated. My list is very valid. It's organized somewhat. Okay.
All right. What do you got? What's your number 7? Her number 7.
What looks like a number 7? What looks like a number 7 in here?
Why did you even
gosh,
do this?
These are so good.
Yes.
These are too good in here.
Experience is definitely king. All these
Can
games
I have 2 number 6s?
Were so unique that they like left a good memory with me, and then I'm like, I gotta play them again. I gotta play them again. They're all on my like short list of games I want to play like immediately.
All right, we're gonna do number 7. We're gonna do The Night Cage
I would drop
by
like
Smirk
anything
and Dagger.
to play these games right now.
The Night Cage by Smirk and Dagger. It was also on my list.
That makes sense. So we both really enjoyed The Night Cage.
It was so good. Like.
Yes.
Gosh, I think it's going to be delivering. It should be delivering soon, should it? I don't know.
No
I gotta
idea.
go look. It looks amazing. It played amazing. Like I think you can still play it on Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator. So stinging good.
It was very unique too, in what it was, like that kind of experience.
Just up late, trying to plan tomorrow's review, but the printer is being defiant. Aww. Oh, my number 7 is Crash Octopus. Yes, Petter.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally back that.
Petter straight up went off of the ones that he backed this year.
Amazing.
So here's a funny story about Crash Octopus. We were going over to see my brother for the holidays, right? So his wife and us. And she's like, oh, we should bring over that game, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, which one? She's like, that dexterity game, you know, like with the ships and everything. And I was like, tell me more. She's like, you know, with the things. And she started describing it. And I was like, are you talking about Crash Octopus? She's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that hasn't delivered yet. We just backed it. We don't own the game yet.
I was so excited to play it, though.
This is top 10 Kickstarters that we played this year, Makush. And they're all games that were either delivered this year or were campaigns that were active this year. I know that's kind of a crossover, but there's some games like Uprising and Night Cage that I just couldn't leave off my list.
This is our list of games that if you do not have them delivered to your house, you should probably look them up and see if you can't get them or late back or something like that, because they're so good.
Which,
so
speaking of, my next one, my number 6, is my last one that's like, was an active campaign that hasn't delivered yet.
Okay.
Mantis Falls.
Dang it!
Mantis Falls. I said we had a lot of co-op games on my list, and I do, apparently. But Mantis Falls, a 1 to 2 player, or no, was it 2 to 3 player?
Yeah.
A very small group social deduction game. Wow, that game was amazing. That game, we saw it, we talked about it, we got in contact with them, we got a copy of it, we played it. They loved it. We loved them. Loved that game. It was a great time.
There's lots of love to be had.
That was probably the first time I almost like rage quit on like not like because I was mad, but because I was so close to winning, and you were like, I healed, and I was like, no. That was. If you guys did not see us play Mantis Falls, I recommend watching it. At least the last 10 minutes. It was a craziness. I felt like I had that win all the way up until the very end, and then I lost it, and I was like, so close.
It's one of my favorite playthroughs that we've done this year, just because we were able to show the camera one of the cards, so the third card that was out. So it left everybody at the table trying to figure out who was who and what was happening during the game and stuff, and it was so much fun. So much fun.
Oh,
Petter
God.
says 6 is Hell, the Last Saga.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one, too.
Petter's got a solid list.
Petter has a very solid list.
I haven't played any of those games, so to be fair, besides Night Cage.
I hope Petter's posting his list up on his website so we can go and look at that. Yeah, Nerdologist, yes.
All right, what do you got for your number 6?
Okay, number 6. What looks like a number 6?
That's all of my games that you cannot that have not been delivered this year. I had 3 prototypes on there, and those were the 3. But to be fair, Night Cage, Uprising, and Mantis Falls, they blew me away.
My number 6?
What?
It's also Mantis Falls.
Was it higher on your list until I called it? And then
No.
Like,
No.
It was.
No, but it was the first one I pulled. I pulled Mantis Falls out of this box 3 times. It really wanted to be out here. Yeah, I was like, save that for later.
Fair.
This is better than a 10. Mantis Falls is better than a 10, okay?
Gotcha. All right, you ready?
Yay, okay, your top 10 backed will be up tomorrow. Perfect.
Reichbusters. My number 5, Reichbusters. We played that game. That's the game we played the most live.
Yes.
Reichbusters. And I still want to play. I'm not bored with it. Like, we pretty much played through most of the campaign, but I would still play it again, even off camera and everything. I really enjoyed Reichbusters. The idea of being these heroes trying to, like, sneak your way in for the first half and then have to, like, then making too much noise, getting overwhelmed, and then having to just be like, go crazy with machine guns and throwing grenades and everything, and then trying to escape.
It's a very exciting
weird
game.
Science Nazis. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
It's a very, very exciting game. And they are going to be putting out, what is it? The
revised rulebook.
Revised rulebook for everybody who backed it. And then, of course, once it does get to retail and everything, then everything should be all good. So
I've had such great experiences with Reichbusters and those tense moments of like,
so
getting up
exciting.
just the right cards and having to roll the die and then being like, how did I roll so much noise? Or I got away with it. I just got away with this. We got out. I think that every single time we played
Massive darkness.
Every time we played it, it was down to the wire where it was like, it could have gone either way.
Well,
like we've won and just barely won, and we've also lost where we're like, if we would have just gotten out that last door, we would have won. Like we just weren't able to escape.
How that particular game is built to be an exciting game to play.
Yes.
Like a lot of these games on our list are just purely exciting games to play. Like when you are playing these, there's a level of excitement that you're filled with that you like, it gives you like extra interest in what's happening because you're heightened. You have anxiety.
You're heightened.
You have anxiety when you, top 10 games that give you anxiety when you play.
What do you got for your number 5? We're halfway through.
Studio Lance and Reichbusters is on my shelf, but I've been waiting for the errata and fixes to the tokens. It will be worth it in the end. It is so good. I love playing it so much.
We played it with the very first prototype rulebook, and we still had a great time with it, and it's just gotten better.
Not another mini dungeon crawl style game on the market that feels the same way as Reichbusters.
That's fair.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I wanted it.
Like Gloomhaven Jaws of Lion, I really like that. Was not a Kickstarter, by the way, but I really enjoyed playing that one. But I didn't have quite this. Like wasn't hyped the whole time.
Right. It's that overwhelming. Like, oh no, oh yes, oh no.
Because Reichbusters is like sneaky, sneaky stab, and then it's like boom, and you're like screw it, just everything, grenades, machine guns,
all the things.
Yeah. And like once the fireworks happen, you just gotta go.
Petter's number 5 is. The Seventh Citadel.
That's
the Seventh Citadel. That one was a good one too. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I forgot that we played that one because we played that on Game Boy Geeks channel, didn't we?
We did.
Good call. Yeah, that was a good one.
Do you need to make like an errata?
No, I'm sticking with my list.
You're sticking with your list.
Top 10 games that give you anxiety. That could have been the list, actually. Battlestar Galactica, definitely. Resistance, yeah.
Number 5.
Dead of Winter, Shadows of Camelot. Oh, those are all good games.
Vampire the Masquerade Rivals by Renegade Game Studio.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I enjoyed playing that card game so much. And I am not a person who plays a bunch of just standard card games, but that one had a feel of, each deck had a feel of the actual clan of the vampire and were suited differently for each clan. And then having the ability to have like your little homestead and then going out into the streets and trying to battle. And then also having that masquerade portion where you have people trying to attack you and then like you don't want to reveal yourself. Like it was so good. So good. Wait, did I miss the vampire playthrough? Probably, because we did that on our channel, yeah. Yeah, we did. We did it on our channel, I think. Yeah, I think so. For Renegade Game Studio. I'll have to go back and check. Maybe we can like link all the ones.
Don't think we played it live. I think you played it with Renegade. And I
dang it, we didn't play it live. I forgot.
I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I don't know if I played it. What's going on, David?
I played it, and I didn't play it live either. Oh my god.
Well, it left a good experience, obviously, if you like wanted to play it.
It was so good. Hello, David, and hello, Christian. How are you doing?
What is going on?
Masquerade number 6. That game gives me anxiety keeping track of who I am.
So here's the deal. This is Kickstarters that we've played live. She just made a major faux pas. It's a game that I've never even played. But I have seen her. I watched her play it. It did look really good. But it can't be on my list because I haven't played it.
I played it. I think it was at one of the virtual conventions.
Yes. So this is our Kickstarter list. They're all Kickstarter games. They had to either be delivered this year, and there's a few prototypes that we played this year live.
That you should look out for because they're amazing. They're amazing.
Which mine were Mantis Falls, Night Cage, and Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. Those are prototypes that we got to play live. All right. You ready?
All right.
We're getting down there.
Number 4.
My number 4.
Number 4.
Why are you like this?
Number 4.
Stop it. Number 4. I don't know how many fingers I have. Let me get my book here. Kingdom Rush. Kingdom Rush. Amazing game. We got to play that one years ago at Dice Tower West, but Kingdom Rush lived up to the prototype. It lived up to the app game. I felt like I was playing the app game. It was intense. We lost twice in a row on camera. We can't take it back. We got beat down
so bad.
And I still wanted to play it more. And sometimes when I get beat down in a co-op game, I don't want to play it again right away.
No, but you still want to play it because it's so much fun.
We played it since. We haven't done so well. But we're going to adjust the difficulty rate. We're going to play some more. Kingdom Rush was amazing.
really bad.
Really love Kingdom Rush.
So David says, I know that Honey Buzz has to be in my top 5 of 2020. That one was on my list. Oh, I was thinking about that one so much because I liked Honey Buzz a whole lot. Let's see here. I think
Winterborn. Really? Yes. I haven't gotten to play that one.
Kingdom Rush is a try before you buy for me, says Petter. Will Petter?
That's fair. We did try it before we bought it. And it was great then.
Yes.
And you know, it's funny, when it was demoed to us, we literally died on the first turn.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had to, start over. So that was a great demo. But we were like, you can die on turn 1?
It was very punishing, but very good in a good punishing way. So it was really good.
Oh, man. I hope you get it soon. I hope you get your Kingdom Rush soon. All right, what do you got? We're getting down there. We're getting down to my top 3. Are you going to guess any of my... Well, I'll let you do your number 4. Sorry, I'm really excited.
Number 4.
I just want to play these games now.
Number 4.
I'm going to throw away my PlayStation and play these games.
Super Fantasy Brawl by Mythic Games.
Very good. That's a good one.
I was not convinced I was going to like Super Fantasy Brawl.
No, you almost vetoed it.
Almost vetoed it.
I had to use a birthday...
So sad.
I had to use a last chance birthday wish to save it by saying, but it's my birthday,
I take it back.
Instead of doing anything else for my birthday, get me this game.
I take it back, all back. It was so good. I love the easy pickup of that sort of skirmish game. Super easy to understand. Anybody can play it. It's so much fun. The minis look fantastic, and it's very, very strategic. Like, so strategic in the fact that, like, it's not all about just, like, killing off the other player's characters.
Right, no.
It's more about just trying to control different points and trying to cut people off. Like, it is so much fun.
You only want to heal at the right time.
Yes.
Most importantly, this game will heal.
Yes, Mr. Oz, dude, exactly. Super Fantasy Brawl thought it was going to be super light, but then it had hidden strats, and that was exactly what happened.
And I hope more get unlocked as there's new characters. And I've heard some good things from Mythic about it. So there's...
So good.
I've gotten a little bit of teasers where I've gotten like some press teasers where they're like, here's some new character stuff I'm not allowed to talk about, but it's going to be good stuff. I can't wait for more to come out. Right. I'm pre-ordering all those characters. It's going to be like my next Arcadia quest where I got to collect them all. I already know I'm going to order them, no matter what, hands down. All right, I got to get to my top 3. That's a different page. That's a different... Hold on, let me go to my top 3 here. This is actually a Kickstarter,
I got to reorder my
that we
list
did
here.
a while ago. All right. My number 3, The Isle of Cats. The Isle of Cats. I really enjoy the Isle of Cats. That's a polyomino game. I typically don't feel like I like those a lot.
Games.
And I will say the Isle of Cats tricked me with the drafting and the drafting and the polyomino play on the board. It's a very puzzly game. I don't usually like puzzly games as much. I really enjoyed it. I think the drafting really pushed it over the edge for me.
My number 3 is Nemesis. Lockdown, says Petter. I totally agree with that. Like, I was thinking about that. If I had played it in person this year, it would have made my list. I'm sure of it. Like,
what is your number 3?
My number 3. Number 3. Kingdom Rush.
Okay.
By Lucky Duck Games.
Good game.
So good.
Good game.
I know, like...
We were close. You were 4 and I was 3? Or I was 4 and
I'm going to go back and see how many of ours matched, because I know you had Kingdom Rush.
We did not talk about this ahead of time
Mantis Falls.
Like, specifically, she picked hers out, like, on a different day than I did.
We've only had, like, 3 matching ones so far. But yeah, no, I completely... You did not share your list with me at all.
Yeah, no, we did not. All right, you ready for my number 2?
Number 2.
In the Hall of the Mountain King. That game was great. We got that early January, and it was great. I loved In the Hall of the Mountain King.
Hello, Crabba.
That cascading resources, orcs trying to retake their mountain home. I feel like that every time I have to kick the kid off my recliner, it's a fight. It's a fight to the death. And you know what? I loved it. And that's another polyomino game. So not only do I not normally like polyomino games, 2 of them in my top 3.
So Petter says, I need to play my copy of Isle of Cats. It's good. I enjoyed it.
We played Isle of Cats. I'm going to play more Isle of Cats. I see myself playing that game a lot, which I said a lot of my list was based off experiences and how much fun I'm going to get out of this game, and I just have a feeling I'm going to play more of that.
And Petter says, number 2, Marvel United for Petter. Let's hear. Christian says, hard to remember, Hall of the Mountain King came out in January.
Yes,
Great game.
it was being delivered
right?
like December, January timeframe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it counts, and I did not want to leave it off my list. In the Hall of the Mountain King was great.
It's such an underlying, like, good game where, like, I feel like there was a little bit of hype in it in the beginning of the year, but then it kind of, like, you know, dimmed down a little bit, but it's such a good game.
When you release in January and there's a worldwide pandemic in February, it happens.
Yeah, no, it did not get enough love. Like, it is...
It's like, I'm not going to judge any movie harshly that came out this year because it just literally didn't get in theaters.
Makush says the inserts for the Hollow Mountain King are perfect. Oh, weird.
Now, to be fair, I did not pick games that have game trays in them on purpose. Some of them just happen to have game trays in them. These games are all games that we backed before I actually worked with game trays.
Right.
So,
number 2?
What's your number 2?
Valor and Villainy by Skybound Games.
Okay. Valor and Villainy is great.
So, Valor and Villainy, for me, that filled that RPG part of my life that I can't always get to, you know, because, like, I feel like there's enough of, like, an RPG aspect to it, and you can act out your character as much as you want in that game.
I act up a lot.
Well, you do.
I've been told that by every teacher I've ever had.
Well, having such a clean basis for introducing people to that sort of genre of game, if you want to show people how to play like a miniature game, that's a good sort of introduction. If you want to introduce people to like role-playing games, that's a great introduction because it's just so simple to get into. And I think that a lot of my lists this year went around games that had depth and simplicity and I could show to just anyone. You know?
Yes. No, I agree. I mean, I put it on my list also. It's just been one of the newest ones that we've gotten.
Yeah. Seems legit. Valor and Villainy playthrough is on my to watch for tomorrow,
It was
says
a lot of
Petter.
fun.
It was so much fun.
We're actually going to be taking it to a friend's house to play.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be
soon.
taking it this weekend, so.
All right. So I'm on my number one. Do you want to make a guess at what do you think it is?
No.
All right. Fair. I'm trying to think of what yours is. My number one game for 2020.
Okay, am I going to be really sad and I'm going to be like super sad I didn't think of it?
Probably.
Oh, dang it.
My number one game that had just great experiences. I'm going to be playing it a lot. It's going to stay on my shelf. I really enjoyed it every time I play it. I just want to play it more. I would play it immediately after this. Super Fantasy Brawl. Super Fantasy Brawl is my number one. The game you vetoed was my number one. My favorite game of the year.
That's your number
was the
one?
game. It's my number one. You know what? We talked about it, so we played it a couple times. Obviously, we did three 2-hour plus 6, 7, 8 hours of commentating on the game, and then we immediately set up a time to play against Quackalope in it. That means the game's good.
That's true.
I enjoyed it a lot.
We
enjoyed it a lot. I can't wait. I think Petter's number one is going to be Frosthaven. But mine is Super Fantasy Brawl. We played it a lot. We talked about it a lot. There's not very many games that I could watch somebody else play and do commentary on and be like super engaged and involved. And I still felt like I was.
That's fair because
Super Fantasy Brawl.
As we were playing it, I did feel really engaged. And as we were giving commentary and talking about it, like it was just as exciting watching it and seeing what was happening between the players as it was playing it and seeing what was going on. Ding, ding, ding! Dr. GloryHoundd and DrGloryHogg. That's a good number one pick, Petter.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Which we'll be getting that next year.
All right.
Your number one. Gosh, what could your number one be? Did you push that one back? Is it definitely like in your top three?
Oh, no, it's definitely my number one.
Oh, it's definitely
for the
your
year.
number one?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Gosh, what could it be? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
You don't know? In the Hall of the Mountain King by Burnt Island Games.
That was like my number two.
In the Hall of the Mountain King is such a fantastically good game. It has the polyomino.
Fantastically. It's
puzzle
so
game.
good. She made up a new word for it. Fantastically.
It has the polyominoes in it that you're trying to maneuver around to get stuff, but then it also has that cascading feature that limits your resources, which makes what you spend, your expenditures versus your incoming and stuff like that, so important. And the game trays made the game so amazing to set up. You just throw it on the table, and then you have the little stands in there so you can stand up the little rooms. Like, I had so much fun playing that game, and like, I can't get enough of it. Like, I play it right now. It's so good.
It's
so
really
good.
good.
I want to play more. It's one of those ones I'm just like, I just want to play more.
That
in the
came
Hall of the Mountain
so
King.
early in the year, and we still need to play it more.
And throughout all of these, as I was looking at everything, I'm like, wow, that was still just my favorite because it had that mechanical sense to it, that puzzle feature to it that I really enjoy.
You really like puzzles.
I love puzzling
That's
so
fair.
much.
Now, I want to talk about the big, first off, Ninth Haven Games, Dinogenics. That was definitely on my list.
So
I wasn't sure if we should count it though.
Good.
So for me in my list, I didn't include games that were expansions.
Yes.
And so we got it on the second Kickstarter, and we got it because of the expansion we got together. So that's why I did not purposely put it on my list, because I think Dinogenics would have made it my top 10.
So David says Taxi Derby was a pleasant surprise. Ended up being a great family hit.
I haven't played that one, but I'm obviously interested in that one. I think the big elephant in the room is Dwellings of Eldervale.
Yes.
I haven't played it.
Why it didn't make our list is because we have not played it yet.
I can't honestly put it on my list without having played it.
If we haven't
I
played
want
it.
to.
So.
It's been busy.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play it still.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna definitely. I was thinking that if we got to play it this weekend, that it would probably bump something. I'd have to figure out what.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But we haven't
From
played it
everything
yet.
I've heard, it's going to be fantastic and everything, but I didn't want to put it on my list off of, like, without playing it. Like, I have to have had played the game and at least, like, experienced and have, like, a full opinion on it before I do it, you know? So, like, it couldn't make the list. But, I mean...
It could have been up there. I've heard really good things. I know we haven't played it.
We're going to see now. We're going to see. Maybe...
We're going to end up probably playing it, like, this weekend, but unfortunately this list is happening now.
Oh, oops. Accidentally backed Uprising. Ooh. So good. Dwellings would have bumped it all, says Christian.
I will tell you, one of the reasons why we don't typically do top 10s, although I enjoy watching them, it is really hard to pick. Like, it gets to be really difficult.
Yeah.
So I went off of games that I thought gave me a great experience, were unique, and ones that I feel like I'm going to play a lot. Like, me personally will want to play a lot.
And plus,
but I also put, like, my own stipulations on there. Like, we had to have played it. It had to be a Kickstarter. So I lost out on a lot of retail games and a lot of games that came in that they, like, weren't part of Kickstarter. Like, well, retail games and other games we got other ways that just couldn't quite make the list.
So... with the top 10 and everything, it's interesting how similar some of ours were because, I mean, we do play games together, and obviously, like, we enjoy playing a lot of particular games together. But we had a lot of them that really did match up, I think.
Which is good. That just tells me we need to play those games again.
We need to play those games more. Are you gaming for the New Year's? Okay.
Yes, we are.
So, this week, what we're doing is on Thursday, which I believe is New Year's, we're going to be playing, what are we playing? Parks. We're going to be playing Parks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to visit with all of you and play that game, just kind of have a little chat and everything. And then on New Year's Day, on that Friday, we're going to be playing Wingspan on the Nintendo Switch. It just dropped today. So I just downloaded it, and I will be playing it tonight to kind of get a sense of how the format's going to go for that, because I would like for us both to play. I'm sure it's going to be at least pass and play. So we're going to go ahead and check that out and bring that to you on Friday. I'm really excited about that. And then...
I'm sweating. This was like a lot of work.
So much good stuff for the new year, everybody. So much good stuff for the new year.
So we did not consult at all, and we have a total of 6 games that matched up.
Really?
6, yeah.
That's
Night
over
Cage.
half.
Yeah, Night Cage and Mantis Falls. Both of those we played this year, but will be actually delivered next year, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. Hall of the Mountain King, which we got super early. Super Fantasy Brawl, Kingdom Rush, and Valor Villainy. All those we matched up with. So it just tells me we need to play these 6 games like right away. And your other games were wrong.
What? They were not wrong.
No,
they were all really good games.
They're good games. Like I said, Chronicles of Crime to me was an expansion, so it couldn't be on my list.
Oh, Petter, on a scale of wrong to 10, I would say that we're closer to a 10.
That's fair. But it's interesting, we did still have some differences as far as how we did it, because like Chronicles of Crime couldn't be, Dinogenics Chronicles of Crime, they were expansion Kickstarters, so they couldn't be on my list.
I feel like the Chronicles of Crime one was completely different, though, because those are not expansions to the new game. They're like completely new versions. Plus, they have like new mechanics and features in them.
That's fair. That's fair.
Listen, validated since Dwellings wasn't played.
I don't know if I could do a top 10 of games we just played in the year. That would be really hard to do.
Oh, Trekking the World Rocks is a family game too. I can believe how much better it was than Trekking National Parks.
That's actually really good to know.
Did such a good job with that.
We know Charlie Bink. So.
I was gonna say.
I was trying to figure out like if I wanted to say like Bink Inc. or what, but yes, we know the people that do that game. So.
And they did such a fantastic job with the art in that
He's
game.
local.
I love the art in that game so much. Trekking the World, so beautiful.
I'm gonna probably end up playing Dwellings, and then I'm gonna have to make like an addendum.
And then you have like an addendum to your list on which one would be shoved out and which one would be put in.
Yeah.
What place it would take.
It's definitely harder than it looks to rate that top 10, especially when you know it's going to be immortalized and people are going to be able to look at this and be like, remember when you said that was a top 10 game?
I thought that game was crap. Well, you're wrong, so it was good.
These are games that I really enjoyed and I want to play again. And I think it's really cool that we actually matched up on so many, considering I built my list like 4 or 5 days ago and you built yours more recently.
Yeah.
And we did not talk about it. We definitely kept our list completely separate.
So, next year, I want to know, first off, I want to know if you guys enjoyed this, if you all enjoyed this show. And if I mean, next year I feel like we should have two different formats for it. I feel like we should do.
So, I don't know.
Like
I didn't
ones
feel like we did
that
enough.
delivered and ones that came out this year. I feel like we should have the two because there's that ones that Petter mentioned that will definitely be on my list. But
so you're talking about ones that we. So you're talking about a list that we backed versus our top 10's ones that were excited about that we backed.
Our top 10 ones that we're excited
I don't know if I could do that
backing.
because God, that would be really hard to narrow down. Because I mean, we spent money on all of them. So I mean, I kind of hope they're all good.
Absolutely, Games of Fire, and I'm gonna have to get on Discord and like go play Among Us with you all. And it's on my list of things to do. I've just been busy putting everything together. I apologize. Other than that, is there anything else that you can think of? Leave all of your top 10 lists down in our comments after the show, okay? Most anticipated list.
There you go.
Exactly. A most anticipated list would be fantastic.
Seriously, if you do like this and you want to see more of these,
the least expensive.
Let us know because we typically don't do these types of things. We haven't done a top 10 list for like...
We used to do the top 3 with Greg where it would be like top 3 games that, you know...
Of whatever.
Gave you the chills or something and like...
Games you always lose at but you love.
But really, like, it was also spoofs on like the top 10 list because everybody does top 10 games, but it was also like ridiculous shenanigans. Like, they were legit games that you should play, but...
Yeah.
They always had some shenanigans rolled in with them.
It is very difficult, but I had a great time actually revisiting all these games and thinking about them and knowing that like which ones we had that were both really high up for us just tells me which ones we need to play again.
That's very true. Those are on our top.
Kingdom Rush, Hall of the Mountain King. Those are both really high for us.
All right, everyone. We will see all of you lovely people out there on Thursday whenever we play Parks, and we wish all of you the super best happy holidays, happy new year and everything. Everybody, we hope you stay all safe. Anything else? Do a top 100 series? Oh my gosh, games of all time. Oh, Petter, you're gonna hurt me.
No, that's too much.
Oh, Merchant's Cove, we're waiting on that one. So anticipated, David. Absolutely.
We backed this game called Asking for Troubles. It's new. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's so good.
It's some indie developer, but I'm excited about it.
And we will see all of you later in the week. Other than that,
bye.
Bye.